My name is Father Tom Miller. I want to welcome all of you to Our Lady of Lourdes on this beautiful spring afternoon. We come together as the family and friends of Paige and Jared to ask God's blessing upon them as they begin in His presence and in ours their life as husband and wife. We come as witnesses and to celebrate their vows and their promises to one another.
That if a day ever comes that you can't find that courage you have in yourself, I want you to know that I will always find it, because I see it in you every day. I see it in you now, and I always have. And I can't thank you enough for leaving me those pieces and bits of your courage and confidence for me to have and to hold, and to use them as stepping stones to find my own within myself, and for me to just become myself by looking at you.
Living with this couple for a few years and got to watch them grow into what they are today. They were just as crazy as they were all those years ago. Paige is indeed really smart, caring, and a beautiful young woman, and I cannot think of anyone else more suited to be with Jared. Before we toast, I have some words I want to share that have always stuck with me. Marriage is not about finding the person that you can live with. It's about finding the person you can't live without. Jared has found that person. Without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to the newlyweds, Paige and Jared.
Welcome everyone, and thank you all for coming to celebrate the marriage of Paige and Jared. We are blessed to have so much family take such an interest in Paige and Jared's happiness on their special day. I only wish all the members, their two great families, could be here to celebrate with us, but unfortunately, Busch Stadium was already booked for this evening. From the day she was born, I have completely adored my daughter Paige, but even I am overwhelmed by the woman I see before me today. So beautiful, intensely bright and strong, but most importantly, so brilliantly happy. Being a bit of a stay-at-home dad, I was lucky to spend more time than most fathers with my daughter. They say as adults grow older, they regress back to their childhood personalities. So fair warning, Jared. Someday you're gonna be older, tired, and innocently watching a movie or a ball game. Then Paige will sneak up and belly flop on you and laugh at your pain. Then she'll kiss you on the cheek and tell you she loves you. Then she'll snuggle up and pull your arms across her like a blanket and fall asleep. And if you're lucky, then she owns you.
And we are here today to believe that Jared and Paige want to encounter God in their love for one another. That they want to make God, Jesus Christ, the foundation of their life and their marriage together. Otherwise, we could be outside in a beautiful park today celebrating God's creation and His beauty, and a wonderful place to celebrate the beginning of life. But it is my belief, and I invite you to believe, that we're here today not just to celebrate their good fortune that they have met each other and have grown together in friendship and love, but that this is the unfolding of God's loving care, His providence for them. He didn't manipulate them. He didn't cause them to love each other. He allowed their lives to intersect, their friendship to grow, their common bonds to be deepened and strengthened, and now brought to this moment.
Died every day waiting for you, darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
Paige and Jared, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to one another in marriage?
Yes.
Will you love and honor each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives? Will you accept children lovingly from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and His church? Yes. Jared, you take Paige to be your wife. You promise to be true to her in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love her and honor her all the days of your life.
I do.
Paige, you take Jared to be your husband. You promise to be true to him in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love him and honor him all the days of your life.
I do.
Paige, take this ring
Paige, take this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and fidelity,
and fidelity.
in the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
and of the Son,
and of the Son,
and of the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
On goes the ring. There's ring and go for that hand. Very good. Paige, please repeat after me. Jared, take this ring
Jared, take this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and fidelity.
and fidelity.
In the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
and of the Son,
and of the Son,
and of the Holy
and of
Spirit.
the Holy Spirit.
I've died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years.
It now gives me great joy to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Jared Ham.
Jared was not allowed to interact with me for a long time. Through the miracle of modern communication, Paige could time it perfectly to bolt out the door and have Jared peel off before I could put the remote down. But inevitably, we did meet, and Jared didn't run away. Point for Jared. And whenever my Paige was feeling insecure or scared or sad, whose arms did she want to be in, and who came running? Damn it. Point for Jared. And guess who has the drive and ambition to put himself through school while working and keeping Paige happy? This guy's a Superman. Point for Jared. Just one more. My personal favorite. When the social dysfunction was going down in Ferguson, who was locked and loaded and ready to face the zombie apocalypse? Maybe a little paranoid. Good. Point for Jared. Jared is what we in the daddy business refer to as solid. And I couldn't be happier to call him my son-in-law. Don't run away.
She'd always come home and tell us how she is about work and her week. And then somewhere in the mix of it all, the least is, guess what Jared did the other day? And it would always be either, guess what Jared did the other day? Or it would be like, guess what Jared did the other day? We always hope for the second one. Jared, we love you. I can only speak for myself, but I think it's safe to say we're a little obsessed with you. Really. We're so lucky and relieved to have you in our lives. And you've made her happy. You've made her so much happier. And it makes our lives easier.
I do my best to find some kind of glow. I'm giving it some heart and soul now. From the darkest grays, the sunburst, clouds break. Yeah, we see that fire.
I'm not sure if Jared is a pro at finding trouble, finds him, but seems like any time that we've ever gone out, it ends up in some type of altercation. pretty sure I've been punched more times than have in my entire life. One of which occasion, Jared punched me in the face himself. Slipped on a bowling alley floor. It's meant to be a fake punch, but caught me pretty solid in the face.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Paige and Jared to have their first dance as husband and wife.
You've seen my worst.
Leading up to this moment, for weeks and even last night, I was all nerves about not saying the right thing, and for weeks I've been, forming drafts, and none of it was good enough for my sister and Jared. But then this morning, Paige walked in. I was up, I had a good night's sleep, and then she came in with Ella James, our dog, and that was it. That was all I needed. I just had to look at you, Paige, and then everything washed away a bit. Because you've always been able to put my head and my heart back where it needs to go. And sometimes you don't even know it. You don't even try. You don't have to. You've always given me the comfort and security I've needed. Because anytime I'd see your confidence, the way you walk, the way you pick yourself up, and the courage in your eyes, I've always been able to somehow find that in myself. And for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm the faint-hearted, quiet one. But not Paige here, in case you're still new.
Heartfelt congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Hamp. We love you both. Cheers.
This is